February. But yeah, I'll start with a shout out to the community. And again, there have been some really nice contributions from people to the project that we just want to thank for those. So Timothy, he was the one last month who fixed all of our spelling mistakes in our code base. This month he also made a lot more PRs. There was various PRs, refactors, fixing some of our rough rules, and yeah, testing, changing some things with our unit tests, and then many more PRs around the unit tests and restructuring them. So thanks a lot for all of these changes, Timothy. And here are our team members appreciating your changes. Now our unit tests pass in 17 seconds when it used to take several minutes, due to kind of splitting out integration tests from unit tests in those PRs. And then there are still several open PRs from Timothy that he opened in the last month. More refactors addressing some of the linting rules, and some fixing of the CI. And yeah, just overall stats. I mean, thanks a lot for all of these PRs and changes to the code base. It's been really great to get those. And then also AgentRev has been busy contributing more to our code base, several larger refactors. And yeah, can't say enough how much we appreciate his attitude. After finishing the last PR, this was, so what's next? And yeah, then bring up kind of next potential points he could be working on and helping us on our large engineering roadmap. So thanks a lot, AgentRev, for still being so engaged and helping us. And then there was an RFC from H555 Yand on reinforcement learning models, bringing reinforcement learning into Monty in some way, and also kind of addressing some of Neil's feedback and answering some of Neil's questions in regards to that RFC. So thanks for putting that proposal together. In terms of Monty-related projects, there have been various updates from Zachary, who's basing his thesis on Monty on a robot, and those updates are pretty exciting. He got a nice depth camera and mounted it onto this robotic arm, put together a diagram of how to assemble it in Monty. And yeah, if you're curious, there's a long thread where he shared code configurations that he used, even some YouTube video with a demo, and yeah, exact prints and cutouts of how it's assembled. So yeah, if anyone wants to follow along, this is a really cool project. And then another project that was shared here, Project Arachne, which is a spider-like robot. Here's a demo video of the kind of sensory feedback that the robot receives from its limbs and sensors, and all assembled it looks kind of like this. And yeah, Alex has been posting several updates here on Discord, including some longer PDFs with all the kind of details around how this is assembled. For now, it's mostly a hardware project, but there's a bit of discussion I need to reply to. I haven't gotten around to yet, but on how Monty could make use of this or be added on top of some of this motor control. Then there were various interesting posts. There was a discussion in the general chat that was Timothy turned then into a post about imagining the Monty moment. So kind of playing on the ChatGPT moment and what that could look like for Monty, what an exciting demo could be. And so if anyone else sees this video or this post and has some ideas or thoughts on this, feel free to comment on this thread here. And then there was a question about using the surface agent with multiple learning modules and having them vote with each other. And it sounds like, yeah, I think it was also a robotic arm demo that is aimed for here. So hopefully everything goes well and we'll see a video shared on this project. There was a a long, interesting PDF write-up from Trung Duan, and some follow-up discussion with Rami and others on that thread, around concepts in Thousand Brains theory, another long and interesting thread from Bryce about kind of reminding memories, hippocampus, and kind of recovering from going down the wrong path with an approach and figuring out an alternative approach. And then another question around latent context in Monty and how kind of the idea of dendritic processing of context can relate to some aspects like some aspects of Monty, like policy heuristics and salience inhibition and resampling. And then, yeah, also thanks to anyone who's commenting or sharing on social media. So always happy to see a post like just appreciating the neuroscience we're discussing, or generally appreciating our approach. Also, thanks to people who repost our posts. I haven't highlighted Matthew or William in the past, but they are sharing a lot of our posts, and that's, yeah, really appreciate that as well. Also, people who highlight our work to others who are not aware of it. Thanks for doing that. And then also the BBC Artificial Human podcast invited Jeff on one of their episodes on alternatives to large language models. And yeah, that episode is out now if anyone wants to listen to it. So yeah, thanks to everyone who's been contributing and following the project and posting on the forum. Really appreciate that.